And we are live. Good to see everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's Andrew back again with another live stream. And it is now March 2nd, 2023. And it is 5:47 p.m. Pacific time here in Las Vegas. So we are back once again. So it's good to see everybody. We have some of the regulars already here. We have Andy Kyler, who I want to thank for being a member for 15 months. So let's give it up for Andy Kyler. So that is really nice, helping support the channel. So if you want to become a member, there is a join button in the link below. So that always is great. And now we also have, once again, Handquake, a moderator and member as well. And he is here and he's watching on last year's 4K version of the Yoga 9i. We're going to take a look at the refresh here for 2023. And we have Meat Puppet here. Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you, Meat Puppet. We did this a couple of weeks ago. Changed it up a little bit as far as the intro, trying out a few different things. And then, of course, we have today what we have here, and that would be the Lenovo Yoga 9i. This is a 14-inch convertible laptop. We know it has the rotating sound bar, and it is updated with 13th gen processors. This is going to be the Core i7 1360p. We know that is a 28-watt CPU, as we have 45 of you watching. Do me a favor, if you hit the like button and the thumbs up, certainly helps the algorithm see that you people are engaged and they like it, and they'll help spread this out over YouTube. We get more people to watch. That'll be great. We have Gene O'Brien. He has the 2022 version with the 4K display also. Well, I have the 2.8K OLED display here, and I think it's good for the 14-inch for battery life and stuff like that. But of course, I haven't even opened this up. This did come like this from Lenovo, and I want to thank Lenovo for sending this over. It is a review unit. And the other thing I want to let you know is that obviously I'm not being paid by Lenovo or sponsored by Lenovo. I think you know that by now. But this is not going to go on sale until April. I don't have the exact date, but once I do, I will let everybody know. Good to see Constantine here as well. And we can take off, well, we can put this over here. And as far as this unit, again, we got 13th gen processors. So I think it's going to be pretty much a incremental upgrade. I think physically it's going to look the same as last year. I think I might have it even here from last year. We can probably take a look at it later. But where the real changes are going to be are in the internals, right? So we're going to get obviously LPDDR5 RAM. We're going to get the fast, hopefully SSD storage, and of course 13th gen processors. And the early take on these 13th gen processors, especially in the P series, they're a lot more efficient as far as the thermals. They don't get as hot as what I've noticed. And this, again, it's early, but it looks like they've made some improvements there. So that's been pretty good. All right, so with that set up, I think we can get going here. We have about 50 of you watching. And again, thumbs up certainly helps us get spread out. If you want to also become, or you want to hit a super chat or super sticker, I'll give you priority. But do me a favor, if you have a question, put a Q before it, and I will get to that first, the priority. It'll help me actually see it easier in the chat. So if you can do that, that would be great. So let me take this graphics off on the bottom there, and then let me go to this camera, and as you see the packaging here. So without further ado, let's get this out of the box. Well, we don't need to open it up, or at least not the outer box. I'm sure this was set up, hopefully, or if not, we'll definitely set it up initially. Let's see what we get here. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting package here. We're going to take a look at this. This, of course, is going to be the sleeve, and then the inner box is here. Okay, so nice packaging so far. Let's take a look at this real quick. It looks pretty similar to the one we saw last year. And we could bring it out later when we get a chance from last year's model. And yeah, it looks pretty similar. It's got a nice feel to it. It's a nice material here. It says Yoga branding there. You can see it there. And pretty nice. We'll put that to the side. So according to Handquake, it's available April 28th, and you can purchase it now. Okay, he put a link in there. That's great. Thank you. Okay. So this is the unit, and this should be the oatmeal from what I understand. Before we get to that, let's see what else we get. So we get some, I can get it out of the box here. Hard to grip. Let's do this first. This is the pen. So this is the pen, and we'll of course test all this out. You get the pen. Certainly helps out in taking notes, of course, and doing all that. We get a super chat from Gene O'Brien. We'll get to that in a moment. This is not finally. There we go. And you get some warranty information, and we get a setup guide or whatever that is from Yoga branding on it. And that is that for that part. And then the charger is in the main box. Let's take a look at that, and then we'll get to the unit. Again, this is the pen. We're going to put that there for now, and then let's see what we get here. If I can open this. Yeah, it goes from the top here. Okay, all happening live, folks. So you get your power cord, and we get looks like, let me see the wattage here. This should be interesting. So I think this is something new. Yeah. So this is a 100-watt power adapter. It's a USB-C, and we didn't see this before. This is normally a 65-watt device, and there's no dedicated or discrete GPU in this. So I'm kind of surprised that we have a 100-watt, but I'm not disappointed. I'm actually happy. So that's good. So we have a 100-watt charging adapter. I like that. I don't know if it's made in India. Well, I don't know if it's made in China, but let's keep going here because I know somebody asked. And there she is. And I could tell you right away, this oatmeal color is going to show the least amount of fingerprints. So that's good. You can see it here. Very, very nice. It feels really good, and you can see it here. So it's got some yoga branding on this side. Very, very nice. Now, we've seen this before as far as the oatmeal color. I like it. I love these rounded edges. We saw it last year, and we're seeing it again here. So pretty nice in terms of the build. It's an all-metal design. Here's the rotating sound bar. Let's take a look at some of the ports here. And I'm going to switch to this camera. And as far as the ports are concerned, we can put this over here. Okay. So on the left, you get a USB-A port, and then you get two Thunderbolt 4 ports, USB Type-C. And then on this side, you get your another USB-C port, and it looks like it might be Thunderbolt. I don't know. Let's move this out of there. And you get your power button right there, and then a 3.5 millimeter microphone headphone combo jack. We're going to see what this port is as far as its Thunderbolt 4. And then, of course, you open it up, and there she is, okay? And you can see it here. All right, so this is some support information, VIP support. Get the best from your PC with Lenovo services. You can see that here. This also had inside there as well this diagram. So it tells you a little bit about this OLED touch display. And if you do the function Q, you can switch among the performance mode. We already know that. Function and the space bar controls the lighting and the backlight of the keyboard. And then, of course, you have the smart button here, the background blur, the auto mode switch, and the color mode. We've seen that from last year. So it looks like physically it'll be the same as last year. I don't think there's any difference. There's a shutter switch on the camera here, and we can take a look at it over here. So pretty standard is what we saw from last year. All right. Now, This keyboard, and we can move that over here, is very nice. I liked it last year. It has the smile-shaped keys, and we can get a listen to it. And according to Handquake, it is USB Type-C 3.2 full function. Thank you. Appreciate that. And Handquake already put a link for it if you want to pre-order it. I guess it was going to come out on the 28th of April. Looking good so far. I like the way this feels. I actually like these keys a lot, actually. Now, we got Bowers and Wilkins speakers, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Looks like it has some juice already. And then, of course, we have the touchpad here. I liked it last year quite a bit, and I think I'm going to like it this year, hopefully, if nothing has changed. It's got Intel Evo branding here. And let's take a look at it with the case. Now, I love the fact that this comes with a sleeve, okay? I love that because that's a nice value add, and there's a place to store the pen here. So I like this. I like this quite a bit. So what you do is you put this into the sleeve here, and it's a nice package to take with you on the go, right? So nice, tidy package. And again, you don't have to pay extra for that. That I like. So pretty nice. All right. So with that case, and it's a nice fit, by the way. Again, nice material on it. All right. So let's take it out of the case. And comes right out. Okay. Now, of course, this being a 2-in-1 convertible means you're going to put it into the different modes. Of course, you got laptop mode, and then, of course, you have tent mode. We've seen this one a million times, of course, on these convertibles, and you can see it here as well. And then, of course, you have what the presentation or the stand mode, and you can see it here. And then, and it's a little bit of a glossy display. And then, of course, you have the tablet mode, great for use with the pen. So if I take this, let me get the pen out. And having the pen is great, and then you can just, take notes. I'm left-handed, of course. This has been pretty good in the past, so I expect it to be good. Feels good. I think this is about 3.04 pounds. So you definitely feel the premium craftsmanship of this. The hinge is really good on this. Really good. Look at this. Unlike the Samsung that I just took a look at, of the few of them that I looked at so far on that new Galaxy Book 3 line, this has a better hinge, much better hinge. And it is a glossy display. I don't think it's quite as glossy. Again, remember, I do have a lot of studio lights, right, Handquake? But here's where you can see it without the lights directly at it. It's actually looking like a pretty nice display. Now, as far as where to store the pen, I don't think it stores magnetically. I think that's one of the reasons why they have a place in the case. Yeah, I don't remember that. Maybe on the lid. So I don't see any place. No. So that's what we did there as far as storing the pen. You're going to have to use the place in the case here, and that's going to be good. All right. So let's put the pen to the side, and let's connect it up to the charger here. And let me plug that in. So 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports on this side, 1 USB Type-C 3.2 on that side, Gen 2. All right, so let me see if this has juice, and we'll get it set up here. One Bad Van made it, so good to see you. Glad you can make it. Good to see Dominic. Greetings from Montreal, Canada. All right. I found Lenovo screens to be too reflective. You haven't seen anything if you didn't see the Samsungs that I just did. Swizy, you like it, okay? Let's put it side by side with the Book 3. I will. So we have the Book 3 here. I have a couple of iterations, or 3 of them actually. I have the Ultra, I have the 14-inch, which, by the way, I'm going to have the review on the 360 and on the 14-inch Pro model coming, and that's going to be probably dropping the next day or so. And here we have our first boot. Take that off, and we have a gorgeous AMOLED display, or gold OLED, I should say. And it is a 2.8K display. I could tell you right away, it is absolutely gorgeous, okay? It is pretty stunning, okay? And this is not even the 4K display. It's a bright display. Now, they're saying 400 nits, but of course, I still have to do my measurements. You can see it here. Right there, you get a good angle at it. It is pretty gorgeous, okay? I got to tell you, they do displays right. Of course, it's a touch display. and we'll talk about that in a moment. And it looks like they've already set it up in advance. So I want to thank Lenovo. And again, they sent this over. And again, there is a link in the chat, and I'll put, when I'm done, the link to buy it as well in the description of the video. So Frank Ma, also from Montreal. We got two from Montreal. No HDMI 2.1 port. I believe it's 2.0, but I did put the specs in the description below. Now, let me put it on me for a second. I want to put in my network password here and so forth. So let me get that going so we can get connected to the internet here. And I love the fact that they already set this up, so I don't have to go through that process. That is always good. And we are connected. All right. So right away, I could tell you it is looking good. All right. Don't usually find HDMI, according to One Bad Van. Don't usually find HDMI on these smaller thin-in lights. Yeah, it's nice. Well, this one doesn't have HDMI. This has the Thunderbolt ports on the left. So yeah, not very common anymore. All right. But we did have it on the Book 3. And actually, let me bring in the Book 3 Pro. And that review is going to be coming the next day, probably tomorrow. Let me... So this is the Samsung. This is the 14-inch. You can see it right there. And let me do the top down. It's a little bright because of the cameras here. But there you go. I mean, very similar in size. This is not a 360, and they're not making a Pro version of the 360 this year, unfortunately. It would have been nice. But here you can see the two together. And here you can see very nice, gorgeous AMOLED display. Let me put this like this. And these two together, and let me zoom out a little bit, and you can see them side by side, and that gives you a little bit of an idea of these two in terms of the size. They're both, I believe they have the same resolution. So this is going to be 2880 by 1800. Let me just double check that. And I also want to check to see the refresh rate. So we'll check that now. So this is a 2880 by 1800. Let's put it to 175. I like it a little bit better. It's just a little too big. 200 as far as scaling. Advanced display settings. Let me go there. And right now it's 60 hertz, but we can put it onto 90 hertz. And you can see I'm connected there. So let's keep the changes. So this is 90 hertz. And the one over here is running at 120, but you can also put dynamic refresh rate on there. So there you go. So the 4K, not a 4K, but it is 90 hertz, right, according to, where are you? I just saw that comment from our good friend here, Handquake. So he says USB-C, and yeah. So this is not a 4K, but they offer it in 4K, but that'll be 60 hertz. This is 90 hertz, okay? The blacks are really deep on this one, by the way. Anyway, we'll look at this later. Let's get back to setting this up. And I like that. And we'll get the full review on that in a moment. All right, so let's go back here. And let me start getting some of these benchmarks in here. Let me load this in. Let me just get a couple of these benchmarks. And in the meantime, let me download Geekbench 6. And you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, and let me go to Geekbench 6. And let's load that in. And let me download this. As we have 99 of you. Let's get to 100 people. And let's get to 100 likes. We only have 46 likes. All right, let me download this. We're also streaming on Twitter. Probably there's nobody watching. Let's see. So 2 people are watching. So how are you people on Twitter? Good to see you. I didn't do Facebook either this time, but maybe next time. It does take up more bandwidth. All right, so that's loading in. So let that finish up, and then I can start getting this. Let's put it on the performance mode here. So let's go function Q. So here we go. So this is the power saving mode. This looks like the performance mode. Yeah, and that's the cool mode or the optimized or whatever they call it. So this looks like it's the performance mode. Let's also go to the power settings here. And let's change this. Yeah, it's on best performance. So that's good. That's what I needed. And let's open this up and let's get our first benchmark underway. And again, I didn't do any updates. I didn't do anything. So there you go. All right, let's get to a question here. And the question is from One Bad Van. Does it still use a traditional diving board trackpad? I don't think this is haptic. I don't think this is haptic. Yeah, it's a physical diving board type trackpad that we've seen. We'll take a look at it in a moment. Let me agree to these to get this installed, and let's get this loaded in. All right, let's run this. And I hear the fans already. So I hear the fans. I don't know if we'll have time to open it up today. Let me see. I think if it's the same as last year, it should look the same, but we can open it up later if we have time. Otherwise, I'll just put it in the video as I always do. All right, that's loading in. Let's say later to that. And then, okay, so we're looking at 13th gen processor, the Core i7 1360p. That's 12 cores. For those wondering, 8 efficiency cores, 4 performance cores, and it has 16 gigabytes of RAM. Now, the RAM is soldered into the motherboard. So let's hit the CPU benchmark. Hopefully, it's crashed a few times with the Geekbench 6, but let's hopefully we will get it run. It'll run smoothly this time. All right, let me get back to some of your questions while this is running. Looks like a MacBook on the right. Laugh out loud. So was that from earlier? The MacBook. I do have the MacBook here. We could take a look at them side by side as well. And I wanted to do a sound test on them. Maybe we can do that as well today on this live stream. Of course, I will do it in the upcoming video. Display is absolutely stunning, NS. Absolutely stunning. And you can see it here. It really is a stunning display. You can see it right there. Really gorgeous. Sharp, crisp. Mwah. Here, let me give you a chef's kiss. Mwah. It is that good. All right. See, I think it did crash. So let me see what's going on here. Yeah, let's leave that. Let's try it again. Let's hit the CPU button here because it didn't go. See, I don't know if it's early stages in this Geekbench 6, but who knows? All right. Slim 7 Pro X is a great spec, Florian. Yeah, I know, One Bad Van. How are you liking it so far? We should be getting an update to that soon, so I hopefully I'll get a review unit in. For the 9i series, they should start bringing that in. Would be great premium. Yeah, I guess it would be. I would like to have definitely a haptic touchpad. And speaking of haptic touchpads, I spoke with the people over at Sensel who are doing the touchpad, the haptic touchpad for the upcoming Gen 2 of the the Z series that we were talking about. I did in a video. The Gen 1 didn't have Sensel touchpad. Gen 2 will have the Sensel touchpad, and that should be pretty good. I'm going to have a briefing with them this upcoming week, next week, and then I will report to you what my findings there. But they've done an excellent job in terms of the touchpads. Is it better than the Galaxy Book Ultra? It's a different. Galaxy Book Ultra is a different class because that has a discrete GPU, the RTX 4050 or the 4070, depending on which one you're going with. So, just keep that in mind. All right, so this is running the benchmark right now. I definitely hear the fans. It's not getting warm or hot or anything. It's staying pretty cool. But again, I don't think the Geekbench is going to really put it to the max that much. So yeah, Geekbench crashes a lot. Yeah, I agree, Ravi. It's early stages. It's just been released just recently, with a matter of a couple of weeks, I guess. And so we're just going to have to wait for some updates on it. But so far, it's looking pretty good as far as this laptop is concerned, this convertible. I love this oatmeal. Why do I like this oatmeal color? Because it shows the least amount of fingerprints. Now, it also comes in a graphite color or iron gray, or what is it? Not iron gray. What is the one that they always do? I always forget. There's always different names for it, but it's like a space gray type graphite color, what Samsung calls graphite. But this beige looks great. Hey, good to see Alfredo Arujo looking good. Yeah, it looks pretty good so far. The only thing Samsung lacks is keyboard. Yeah, a little shallow on all the units that I've gotten. Just a little bit shallow. I mean, we could see it here. And we'll compare the 14 here because these are the similar size in terms of the body and the screen, of course. a little bit shallow. I think I prefer the Lenovo keyboard a little bit better. It's just got a little bit more key travel. According to Florian, I would have wished for a higher refresh rate panel in the Z series. I agree, Florian. I would have liked that as well. I know they're going to offer the 2.8K OLED like they did last year on the Z13, and I believe a 4K plus on the Z16. So it's a pretty decent score here, folks. You're looking at just under 10,000, and I think once we do the driver updates and everything, you're going to get good scores. And it's so blown out, it's so bright, I'm going to have to lower the brightness a little bit so you can see it. 9456 multi-core 2390. That is actually pretty good. Let's put this down for now. Again, we can bring it back when we need it. And that's a pretty good score, and you can see it here. Let me go to this camera angle, and then, of course, I could put myself down there. All right, so 2390. Let me take a screenshot on that. Actually, we could just hit this. Oh, excuse me. There we go. So we got the screenshot of that. And just for a little bit of kicks here, let's just do the OpenCL test and run the GPU, which is, of course, the integrated Iris Xe graphics. Is, you know, we didn't see the kind of I wanted to see a real improvement this year. I don't think we got that this year, unfortunately, but hopefully next year. We always say next year. But what I have noticed, and I talked about this earlier, I have noticed the efficiency is a little bit better on this 13th gen over 12th gen. Certainly has been remaining, it's getting a little bit cooler, running cooler. It's done a little bit better, I think, on the thermals. So that's been an improvement I've noticed early on. Again, it's still early. Drivers still need to be updated. And we're going to see how this all plays out. But I like what they did here so far. Did I see a massive improvement in battery life? No. I did not see a massive improvement. Performance, yeah, I do see about a 15% or so improvement in the performance, but I think performance wasn't the issue last year. The issue was the efficiency, the thermals, and of course, how the heat management was employed. And I think so far it's looking better. Put it in dark mode. Yeah, we're going to have to definitely put it in dark mode. And this is the score we just got on this, 17,120. Let me take my screenshot of that. All right, so Geekbench 6 is done. And again, I probably would expect over 10,000 once all things are settled here. And I remove McAfee. It's on there. I already see it in the taskbar. So you can see it here. McAfee it's going to rear its ugly head and take up resources. All right, so no, this year Meteor Lake CPUs will have 50% better performance per watt. So Meteor Lake, I think that's the one coming up, right? That's definitely going to have a little bit better. So they're trying to fix the thermals here. Good to see you, MV Ducati 4. All right. Okay, so let me load in a couple of other benchmarks while we're here. And let me open this up on my drive here. Let's do the usual cast of characters, usual suspects. We put it into the download folder onto the hard drive. And speaking of which, let's go to the device manager and let's take a look at this drive. The disk drive is using a Hynix, SK Hynix, which is an HFS 512. What is it? 512 GE J9X 115N. So for those that want to know, that's what it is. Hynix usually have pretty good numbers. We're going to test that out in a moment. Let's close this up. And let me go to my downloads folder. Let's test that drive now that we've talked about it. And I'm going to do my, the Crystal Disk Mark test here. Okay, hold on. This didn't look right. So we go to downloads. Let's extract. That's what I wanted. Okay. So while that's extracting, it's all happening live, folks. So just bear with me. And let's open it up. And let's test it. It's 512 gigabytes. So we'll see. We'll see how fast this is. So that's doing it. Okay, let's talk to Parsa here with the Book 3 Pro 360. I find the battery to be weak. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. And interesting enough, it keeps crashing. A 2005 game that I tried to play, Surface Pro 6 did a better job running the game. I don't know about that, but I can tell you the battery life, for the most part, on the Surface or on the Samsung Galaxy Book 3 line is what I've noticed. Average at best. I'm not seeing the great battery life I was hoping. But that's it. Now we're seeing some really good read here, folks. 7,000. Nice. Nice. Looking good so far as 86 of you are watching. And by the way, I want to acknowledge, I didn't do it. I meant to do it. Gene, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. So I wanted to say that to you. And I know you have and there, let me bring that onto the broadcast here. Very nice of you. $10 from Gene O'Brien. I appreciate it. All right, so let me go through the chat here. We'll just bounce around. For reference, according to One Bad Van, the 680M integrated graphics on the Ryzen series scored over 30,000 on the compute test. So that has been doing better. Absolutely. So Intel definitely needs to step it up. Now, I do have a unit that I can't talk about just yet. I'm not going to tell you which unit I do have here, but I can tell you the integrated solution that AMD is running is looking good. Chef's kiss. All right. We'll talk about that very, very soon. All right. So I can hear the fans now. Yeah, the fans are going. They are definitely going. Let me switch microphones here. You could probably hear that. Okay, and let me test the noise level just as we're doing it now because I really want to see what it is on this. Let me get my decibel meter out. It's sort of quieting down now. $51. It's pretty loud. So you should have been able to hear it. Let me put it back to the microphone. So there you go. So that's a very sensitive microphone. So you should have been able to hear something on that. Let me know. Could raise it up a little bit if I have to. All right. So very good reads and writes so far, folks. Very good. Yeah. So once I put it up, I held it up to the mic. Yeah, you can definitely hear it. Got over 100 people watching, and we have, let's see, 69 likes. Do me a favor, hit the like button, please. Hey, if you're not already subscribed, why not? We're really growing here. I want to get to 139,000 by the end of the week. We're about 500 or so subscribers shy. So if you're liking the content, you want to see more, I got a lot of good stuff I can't even tell you just yet, but make sure you are subscribed. You're going to want to see what I have, believe me. Okay. And let's go to most higher price laptops will have fans cranked up. Yeah, I hear it. I mean, I'm hearing it right now. No, it's probably, I guess I got good hearing. Yeah, I'm hearing it, my friends. There's no question. It's no worse than I've seen in others. That's for sure. Again, also things are probably running in the background as well. So just keep that in mind. All right. These are some really good reads and writes. Let me take my screenshot of that. All right, so we were making progress here. Let's bring up one more down here. Let's just do one quick one, which of course is the Cinebench R15. That's a good one to test because it doesn't take too long. Actually, I didn't want to do that. See, yeah, okay. I'm doing the same things twice. Not good. So let's go to the downloads. Extract is what I wanted to do. All right. So let's go here. All right. So let's get that loaded in. So far, I'm liking the keyboard. Love the oatmeal color. And I don't know why they call it oatmeal, but that's what they call it. It's like a silverish, the tinge of gold, maybe. It looks gorgeous. And of course, you have the famous rotating soundbar. You can see it here, right there. And that, of course, will give you good sound. And I also want to enable the Dolby Atmos to help out with the sound. Okay, so we'll do that. Coming up to optical serenity. All right.
Coming up.
Hope I hit the right one. But whatever. Geekbench 6 don't have CUDA API, which is a shame for Geekbench. And CUDA is the most popular among 3D artists. Okay. Got a super chat from Optical Serenity. All right. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. And let's load this in here. I'll sub to you with my 4 other accounts now. I appreciate that, Parsa. I appreciate that. Let me accept that. So it looks like it might be doing stuff in the background. So that's why you have to take these scores with a grain of salt as the initial ones here, at least until I run all the updates. All right. So let's get to the OpenCL here. And OpenGL rather, and this will test the graphics. And again, these are integrated Iris Xe graphics. So I'm not expecting anything above 95 to 105, 110. So we'll see how they've tuned this. But again, you can do some games if you lower some of the settings. I can tell you that right away. And let's just run it right here, and we'll see how it does. Looking to see if I missed anything. Going back a little bit on the chat while this is running. So according to Florian, he would have wished for a higher refresh rate in the Z series. We've already talked about that. So I think I got everything. All right. So while that's running, let's put it to there. And I'm really, really liking this all-metal design. And one of the things I love about this is the fact that they're now going with these rounded off edges, so it's not going to stick into the palm. It's actually really comfortable, and I saw that last year, and we're seeing that here this year. All right, so we got our score here, and it's 98.82, which is about where we expect it to be. Okay. Fans are still going. I hear it. Again, we're on the high performance mode, so just keep that in mind. If I drop it down to the other modes, function Q, of course, hits that, we can definitely get less fan noise. But that'll certainly affect performance depending on which performance mode you're in. I think that goes without saying. All right, let me see how the stream is going on Twitter. So let me just see if anybody's watching. If you're watching on Twitter, nobody's watching on Twitter. Okay, good. Why does that not surprise me? All right. All right, so this got a score of 1613. Yeah, that's about what we'd expect on this, right? So let me take a screenshot. All right, let's close that off. Save that, yes. And let's take a look at the camera real quick. Now, it's going to be a 1080p camera. I think it's a 2.1 megapixel camera. Is it me, or did they just switch the background here? Hold on. They keep switching this up. All right. I think this is different. No, maybe I'm hallucinating. Is this a dynamic background where they change every so often? I don't know. Anyway, let me put the camera on here. All right, so the camera's here. Let me say yes. And we're on the camera right here. And let me make sure, let's see, let's go to the video settings. We're at 1080p, 30 frames per second. And I don't know if you can do all the background stuff. I think you can. Actually, there's the dedicated row on the keyboard here. Remember we talked about that? That's the dedicated row. And you can see it here, right there. And let me see if that can affect everything. So let me put it down there. Let me go back here. So if I hit that, let's see. So now we got the background blur, which is a little bit aggressive. And then they have this mode. I don't know which one is which. Oh, yeah. So this is with the background. And if you hit it again without, all right. So pretty interesting. And by the way, you can see over here, is the fingerprint scanner. So right there. Some people didn't like it last year, right? Wallpaper score 9 out of 10, according to Carl. Good to see you, my friend. All right. So what do you think for your Zoom calls, your video meetings, and so forth? I think it's fine. Looks good. They do a good job. I think they do a good job. I think if we go into the Lenovo app here, they might be able to do other things. Let me see. And launch Lenovo Vantage when I start the PC. No, I've read that. Done. All right, let's take a look at the device. Power, audio, display, and camera. So let's see. OLED panel settings. Okay, so here's the camera down here. And you can adjust the brightness. You can adjust the contrast, the auto exposure. That is always good. And I don't think you can do anything else. Privacy mode is no longer supported through Lenovo Vantage. Please use your camera shutter. So what they're talking about is this little shutter switch on here. So there you go. Does it have face unlock? So I believe it does. Let me go to the settings. And let's go to accounts. And then I just want to see sign-in options. And we'll know if it's an IR camera. So face recognition with Windows Hello. Yes, it does have it, as we just must add a password to get that. We know it has a fingerprint scanner. So it does have both ways as far as logging in. All right, so you definitely can log in with face recognition. And you can change the brightness here. You can make it real bright. Or you can go back down, or you can reset everything the way they had it. And then here, of course, is the auto exposure. Definitely want to have that enabled, that's for sure. So a little bit of control there. And again, you have the background blur. And yes, they are changing. All right, this is doing something in the background because I lost the input there. But they are changing the backgrounds. Now it gives me this. Kind of cool, actually. I like what they're doing with this artwork and this wallpaper here. Looks pretty good, actually. Respiratory Care Group LLC. I just bought a Samsung Pro 360 2 hours ago. I returned the 2022 Yoga 9i, much nicer screen, faster. Okay. Yeah, we'll have my full review of that probably tomorrow or the day after. I have the 14 almost ready as well. So those are next up. The camera makes me look older. I don't know if that's possible because I'm old as F, right? I look pretty old, don't I? So I don't know if it could definitely make me look older, but thanks for letting me know. I appreciate that, Learned Alex. All right. Nice webcam according to Contrail. All right. Wallpaper score according to Carl, like we said, 9 out of 10. I like what they're doing with these wallpapers, right? This screen is gorgeous. All right. What did I do with the pen? Did I put it in the, I think we put it onto the, hopefully I didn't lose, oh, yeah, I lost it here somewhere. The pen is here somewhere. Let's see, did I put the pen here? So I already lost the pen somewhere. Okay, I have one probably lying around here, that's for sure. All right. No big whoop. I think I have another one here from HP. But anyway, doesn't matter. I'll take a look at the pen in the video. I'll find it here. It's here somewhere. I don't look that old, Antonio. I appreciate that. Would you recommend this or the Carbon X1? So the X1 Carbon's more of a business-focused laptop. This is more consumer-oriented, of course. So, it's just a matter of who the target audience is. These have certain features you won't get. And then, of course, the X1 Carbon will have certain security features that this won't have. So there are just some things that there are, just a matter of who the targeted audience is. This is why it needs a built-in pen holder. I don't know what I just did with the pen, so I'll find it here somewhere. So we have this. I showed this earlier. It must have fallen down. Let me find it here. That's there. Okay. Yeah, there's too much going on over here. I'll have to look for it later. But anyway, no big deal. All right, so I should have kept it in the pen holder. That's for sure. That's for certain. Okay. All right, so what do you think so far, people? What do you think about this? Let me bring this up over here. I think it looks pretty good. Looking pretty good. How's the build quality? Excellent. Excellent build quality, that's for sure. And you want to see the build quality versus this one? Here we have the Book 3 Pro. I also have the 360 here, but this is the 14-inch. Build quality is excellent on both of these. One of the biggest improvements from Samsung was the fact that they were able to improve it by going with an aluminum or aluminum, and I thought they did a really good job on that. They're both similar in terms of weight, footprint, and so forth. You can see it here. Okay, you can see the back of these. You can see very similar colors. Oatmeal. Oh, no, this one is oatmeal. This one is beige. Basically, very similar colors here. You can see it there. And then this one, you can see here. Is the RAM upgradable? Well, we're about to find out. I think I'm going to open it up or attempt to open it up. So let's do that next. Let me take this off. And I think fell down. So give me about 30 seconds. Let me go let me shut this down, and we'll take the cover off, and we will see what's upgradable. So just give me a second. Got my iFixit kit here. So let's close this. Let's unplug this. Okay. And let's turn this over. So it looks like they're Torx screws, maybe T5 Torx screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't remember last year. I'd have to look at the video, but I'm assuming it's going to be the same situation. So T5 is probably this one. Okay, let's, yep. They're not captive. Okay. Let's get the second one out. 2. 1, 2. Let's get this one. 3. Those are smaller. So make sure when you take them out in order so you remember how to put them back on. There you go. Okay. All right, let's put this down over here. Let's take our tool here, see if we can start it. So far, looking okay. Be careful, folks. Don't do what I do. I'm a little too rough. Lenovo, if you're watching, maybe step away for a moment. I think we got it. All I hope there's nothing underneath here. Please tell me there's not. Oh, shh. Didn't sound so good. Uh-oh. I hope this... There might be a screw. I don't know. I don't remember from last year. Let's see. I don't really want to take off the... You can see, you can sort of see it. Don't do as I do, do as I say. RAM year was DDR5 soldered. Yeah, it's going to be soldered. I just want to see what's inside here. Is there a screw underneath there? Does anybody remember? Look at one of my videos. Don't remember it. I don't want to break it. Are there two screws under here? I'm not about to find out. It doesn't want to come off. Oops. I don't see any. This is why I don't like doing these live. Either that or it's on very tight. I can tell you just from looking inside there, the SSD is upgradable, but I think I'm going to stop here because I don't want to break anything. It's not mine. You've come this far. I'm not going to rip it off. Yeah, I don't want to force it. So there looks like there might be... I don't think I'm going to force it. Something's stuck there, and I don't know if it's because there's a screw there, but I'll have to try it later. Yeah, when I have a little bit. Yeah, I'm not gonna force it. Here's the. Does this come off? Yeah, I don't see any screws there, so it's just stuck. Okay, let's try one more time. Yeah, it doesn't want to come off, so I'm not going to force it. So, sorry, folks. I'm not going to do this live and try to break anything. And now I can't get this back on, so we're going to have to play with this a little bit. There we go. This is why you got to watch out when you do stuff live. Really needs to come off so I can put it back on properly. So, hey, good to see digital slang here. Everybody, if you're not on digital slang, subscribe. Let me see if I can. I really want to get this. Oh, there we go. Hope I didn't break it. I did it. And there is a screw. That's why. You do have to remove that. Sorry, Lenovo. But we got it off. So there was a screw underneath there. All right, so you can see the battery here. Yeah, so close I couldn't stop. And there's the screw right there. All right, so no big deal. No big whoop. There's the battery. It is a, let's see here, 75 watt-hour battery. So it's a pretty nice size battery. I think it might be the same as last year. Got two fans for cooling. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay. And what else do we have here? We have the SSDs right here. It's a Hynix SSD. We know the RAM is soldered in, so it's got two fans. It's good, looking good. Speakers are here. Oh, we didn't do the sound. If I didn't break it, we'll see. All right, let me try to put this back on. Actually, let's see if I can get this back on. But I should have taken off that strip. That's my fault. Yeah, that's my fault. So let me take it off now. So this comes off and it comes back. It's easily put back on. Let me take out that screw. It's a Phillips head. Hope I didn't break it. So let's put that one there. This is all so fun on live streams here, huh? There it is. Hope I didn't do too much damage. Okay, so let's put that to the side. And let's put this back on. Okay, that goes here. There we go. Actually, let's make sure it's like this. This is always so much fun, folks. There we go. Hopefully I didn't screw this up too bad. Okay. Let me try to put that screw back in. Don't worry, I'm a professional. Okay, the screw's back in. Make sure all these snap back in. There we go. About to break the screen. Calm down, Matthew. We're okay. We're good. We're good. All right. And it has a little bit of these indentations here. If I put this back on right, or is it this way? It only should go one way, I guess. So this goes in here. And guess what? I think I did it. All right. This one's not perfect, but it is what it is. I'll fix it later. Okay. Woo. Hopefully nothing's broken. Let's turn it back on. Oh, I forgot to put the screws back in. That would help. This is all fun, huh? At least we got to see what was inside at the cost of my craziness. Okay. Okay. This is a gripping television. Okay. These are the small ones. So there is one screw. You have to take off that strip. Should have known from last year, but of course, I didn't remember. There we go. Okay, so that's done. Put this here. All right, so sort of a little messed up, but that's okay. All right, hopefully it's still working. We'll find out. And we'll say hallelujah if it does work. Yes, it does. So, it's beautiful colors on this. Beautiful. Ah, woo. I need a drink. Wow. Yeah, it's actually pretty easy. I made it harder than it should have been. Screw under the rubber is evil. Yeah, it really is. I don't know why they did that. Are there any upcoming 16-inch 2-in-1s with integrated graphic GPUs and 120 hertz displays this year? When you say integrated, are you saying built in or you mean discrete? All right, is that the Ultra on your wrist? Yeah, I have the watch Ultra here. Yeah. I've had it for a while. What do you think? Do you have one, Slang? I don't even know if you have one, do you? But yeah, I've had it for a while, and I have the Nomad band they sent over last year. All right. So MacBook Air, Surface Pro, not Intel. This is a long discussion, my friend William Lin. All right. So the gorgeous display is here, and now you can see what I didn't do right. I didn't put this in. This is my fault over here, but it's okay. All right, I'll fix it later. All right, so let's test the sound, and then I think we'll be it for tonight. But let's bring the MacBook Pro. Let's get the MacBook Pro on here, because that's going to be a good test. So yeah, the Watch Ultra is good. The Apple Watch Ultra, I like it. All right. So we have the 14-inch MacBook Pro here. So let me put on the Dolby Atmos here. Let me go to Dolby Access app allows you to do that. And skip this. Let's go to settings, and I'm going to put it on the dynamic. Okay, so it's on the dynamic, and this is just, the Apple, you just keep going with the flow there. All right, so let me go to Epidemic Sound. Let me just load in my account here. And so that's royalty-free music, so I can use that on the Air here. Let's accept that. Let me log in. Okay. And let me load it in on here. Okay, let me make sure I'm there. Okay, so let's find this song here. Oh, it's loud. So that's a good song, Chrome Hearts. Let me find it on here. Okay, let's load up the same song. All right, so on the left is the MacBook. Rather, on the right is the MacBook Pro. It's the M1 Pro. I don't have the M2 Pro. And then this is the brand new Yoga 9i. So let me turn on the microphone. And I'm going to put on this one. And I'm going to raise the volume level on that. Okay, and let's go to the beginning here. And we'll start with this one. So these are both very good. I got to tell you, they're both very, very good. MacBook has a little bit more oomph, a little bit more bass, although this was really good. I had turned on the dynamic setting on the Dolby Atmos, so that makes a difference. And then, of course, it depends on which position you put it in, but I definitely think the MacBook sounded really, really good. They whatever secret sauce, special sauce Apple puts into that is really good. All right. So, but this was excellent. This is probably one of the best Windows ones I've seen. So it's full, but it needs a little bit more bass. That this one has. Very good. But I'll talk more about it in the upcoming review. All right. So we're at a little bit over an hour. Definitely more bass on that. Definitely more bass. Okay. So looking good. Looking good. All right. So MacBook Pros use mini LED. That is correct. This is a mini LED. This is OLED. Both are excellent. It's just a matter of what you prefer. And you can see the displays here are both very good. I have a lot of lights, so just keep that in mind. Both are excellent displays. So there's really, and then I think as far as the this one is concerned, this one's actually pretty good once you do turn on the Dolby Atmos. So let's take a look at this one real quick. So this is the Samsung Galaxy Book 3 Pro. Let's see which one of these two are better, and we can get an idea. So let me load that in as well. Just give me a second. And I already have the same dynamic setting on this one. So let me load that one in. Chrome Hearts. Let me look for that. Yep, there we go. All right, so let's get one more sound test, and then I think that might do it. So again, on the left is the Yoga 9i 14 for here 2023. And then, of course, this is the Galaxy Book 3 Pro. This is the non-360 model. Okay, and of course, it's 14 inches. All right, let me start off with this one. Let me turn my microphone off. Okay, hold on. Let me. It's a different song. Where's the Chrome Hearts? Not even close. Not even close. The MacBook Pro is, the Yoga 9i is much better than this one. And of course, the MacBook Pro is better than this. So let me know what you think. So far, I think The MacBook is the winner here, but this sounded pretty amazing as far as the Windows side. This blew this one out of the water as far as I'm concerned. So that's pretty interesting. All right, Chris, I don't know. We can't help you when you can. I don't know what I can help you with. That's for sure. I don't know. This is not the time or the place, I don't think. No Name is here. Good to see you. All right. All right. So what did we learn here today? We learned that the sound that I should take off the screw before I should have took off the strip before I opened it up. But besides that, the sound is phenomenal on this. Dolby Atmos speakers are really good. The Samsung Galaxy Book 3 Pro, not quite as good with the same Dolby Atmos setting as well. And then the MacBook, which is back there, had the best sound of them all. And what Apple does with their sound is pretty amazing. I got to say that. Yoga 9i, definitely one of the best Windows laptop speakers. Absolutely. Clear winner. All right. So let me know what you think. We're going to call it a night here, I think, because I've got more testing to do. But looking good so far. Can we hear what it sounds like without the Dolby Atmos? Yeah, we can do that. So let me turn off the Dolby Atmos. So if we go here, and you can see what I'm doing over here. So let me go to the settings. Dolby, no, we want the Dolby home. So we go to settings. We go to more settings. So disable all speakers and headphones effect. So now it's disabled. So let's hear it now. Let me turn off this microphone. So now here it is with it on. Let me turn it back on. Yeah, I could definitely hear a little bit of a difference there. It does make a difference. The Dolby Atmos, it just depends. You got to play with the settings, but you can definitely hear the difference. Good to see Dolby Vision here. Sounds better. I noticed it. Once I turned it off, it sounded good, still sounded good, but once I turned it back on, maybe a little bit better in terms of that spatial audio. All right, good to see everybody. All right, so let's see. Nice scoop on the 2023 9i. I bought the 22 based on your review last year. Okay, Brent. All right. So I think that's it. I think we're going to call it a live stream. I want to thank the moderators for doing a great job. And I want to thank everybody for stopping by. So let's cue the music here. And I do have a lot of stuff coming. I got my reviews on the Galaxy Book 3 Pro 360, 16-inch. I got the Book 3 Pro 14-inch here. So we got that coming up. I got my review of this Yoga 9i. So a lot more coming, people. So stay tuned. I will see everybody in the next video. And yes, I will fix the back once we're off air here. I'll see everybody next time. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.